Hey everyone. I know this is going to sound a bit familiar, but I thought I would keep all of you updated on what exactly has been going on lately. Unfortunately, today I was currently let go from my place of employment. So apparently I can't keep a job for more than 6 months as of late. But this current predicament was kind of weird in a way. It's slightly different from from my last place of employment that I talked about at the near the end of 2023 2022. I'm sorry. But so I said before about my previous job is that they didn't really put anything together that could help make my job better or make me perform better at my job. They just sort of saying you're doing bad, do better, and be on your way. Then they're like, you know what, Justin, get out. And in this scenario, since for the last 30 days, I made posts about this, but I was currently on a PIP, which stands for Performance Improvement Plan. And the whole idea was that, that I wasn't performing up to the so called standards of my position. And they wanted to put a plan together to help me perform to their standards. And we spent 30 days on trying to figure that out. And a lot of people saying that if you have a PIP, don't bother with it because it's just their way of keeping their ducks in a row so that you can be fired. And they say to keep out for signs as like management not willing to work with you, they're trying to brush you off. And it sort of started that way, but I didn't think much of it as because we would do routine check-ins every week in the PIP to see how I'm doing, and so far I was giving nothing but positive reviews to show that hey, I'm I'm doing great. But unfortunately, the current director of my IT department decided to come into Texas from Idaho for the last few days. Basically, the director came by to Texas after the period for the PIP was over, and I guess to wrap things up, but I guess he was just inspecting how things were happening here in Texas. And apparently, despite all the positive feedback I've been getting, and how like even though I requested for them to relay any sort of remarks or advice that people are wanting to share with me on how I can improve better, you know, today was an unscheduled meeting for a discussion that was basically supposed to be like a follow up or a wrap up. And, beforehand, I had conversations with the director that we were putting more plans together on stuff like that. But as we went forward with the conference call, uh, it's sort of in less than 3 minutes basically said that we've looked over stuff and we have decided we're not moving forward with the PIP and we're going to let you go. And that was completely out of the blue, as like they even acknowledged that they apologized for giving me the wrong impression. And I'm like, it's not a wrong impression, it's deceit. Okay? It sounds more like you didn't want to do the work that we put in, where I would be doing the majority of the work as it's my plan, and you just basically made a universal decision to get rid of me. And I'm more shooken up about this because this was an improvement from my previous employment. It had much better pay, better benefits, and a better atmosphere to work in. And just the method on how I did stuff was great. I was more relaxed and less stressed out when I did work and all. And everything was working and functioning. Everyone was happy. And I guess this whole thing just came out of left field. You know, I'm currently trying to process this. I might be mentally better tomorrow, like what happened before. But right now, honest to God, I'm trying every fiber of my being not to cry, because I almost cried in the conference call with this whole thing when they said they were gonna let me go, and I was just sitting there just aghast, like, well, I don't understand. Like, I busted my ass, like I bent over and metaphorically kissed your ass to stay because I like this job, and apparently people like me, and I just don't understand why this happened. So I'm trying to do everything I mentally can to just not go insane, but I'm also applying like crazy now, trying to get some stuff done as I'm currently trying to get settled for the new semester for school and try to figure things out that way. But yeah, I may be doing some postings, like some session posting, just because I have the spare time to do so. But I usually want to warn you guys about this in case you go on this channel and some of the videos are privatized. So the only reason that would happen is if I'm currently looking for employment, and I don't want I don't want future employers to know anything about this. I don't tell them I do YouTube and whatnot, but I try to keep my private life private for reasons. So and I'm not going to drop names here about this new company, about the company that I worked at, or who was in charge of this whole conference thing and whatnot. Just know that looking back on it now, there are some things at that job that I'm not going to miss, that I was not really looking forward to doing. But now that, like the next endeavor that I have could possibly sort of maybe be even better or equal or better at least. Who knows? Maybe I'll land a job where it's more remote than actual in house work. But, yeah. So currently I'm okay, but I wish I were better, guys, because I was not planning on leaving this job for a while. I had no intention of doing so, but again, like I said before, it sucks to be fired. Okay, even worse when, you were not planning on being fired and you did everything you can to avoid being fired from your job. So I guess you should say I wasn't really fired. I was let go because they basically said we're going to have to let you go. So basically, from what I've been hearing, technically that's being laid off. So there's a lot of theories I can come up with on why I was being let go from this position and why they were not going forward with the plan, even though everyone at my particular location was happy that I was there helping them. But I'm not going to drop names or places or anything, and I'm trying to be very, respectable about it. It's just not great. It's just not great. It's a worse feeling, especially if it's in the summer, because at least when I was fired from the other job, I it was a bit colder, so I was mentally more relaxed because I like cold than I do the heat, as I stated before on this channel. But I know that I received a lot of good feedback from you guys when I was fired the first time, so I'm just very hopeful that in about a month I'll be able to find employment. In my current financial predicament, I can afford to be out of work. In fact, I'm still waiting for this the place that I was previously at to send me my paycheck that I should have earned for the last pay period last week, and then they're supposed to reimburse me for all the PTO that I had, which I haven't even bothered to use because apparently the director tried to get on my foot. All right, and yeah, I say foot, but let's just say he was not too keen on me wanting to get PTO, even though a majority of the IT team also would take PTO during that time. So I guess I was just saving my days for a time where I would actually go and relax. And unfortunately, I never got to do that. And I was planning on doing that earlier, but they decided to say, nope, Justin, you can't take PTO because we need you to go to Pittsburgh for new people to be merged over to our company. And I was willing to do that. That's another thing too, that I was willing to go far and beyond for them, and they acknowledged that I did an excellent job at that. So like, they knew I was very, very, very reliable, but I guess in their mind that's not good enough. I have to be, perfect or something. And again, I don't want to say any ill things about it because I don't want this to come back and bite me. But let's just say, there was just things that should have been talked about and should have been taken into consideration. The plan was put in place. Certain plans were put into place so that we could go forward and maybe hope. And it wasn't much, and it wasn't going to be, a hard work or anything. It was like, oh, this is just easy for them because it all just relies on Justin to follow. But nope, they didn't want to do it. And I feel as though the rector just wanted to get rid of me as soon as possible because, I don't know, maybe he just didn't like my charisma or something, or maybe I rubbed him the wrong way or something or other. But yeah. So guys, I just want you to know about the predicament, and I'm going to be okay. My current financial situation is that with the other paychecks I'm getting, I should survive for about a month or two, but hopefully by then, before anything crucial or urgent happens to my bank account, that I should already have a job available and that we can just move forward and all that stuff. So yeah, just want to let you guys know, and that hopefully that we can just move on from this and learn. So guys, any sort of feedback and positive thinking can really help. So if you guys want to add something to this, if you've ever been in a situation like this, please leave a like and also comment on your predicament so we can all share in our misery together, and we can actually try to basically lift each other up in these times of I guess despair and such. So yeah, guys, that's all what I really wanted to do. So without further ado, guys, I will see y'all next time. Hopefully with a brand new update.